I have a confession. Not that kind. When I was 7, I really wanted a hermit crab. I don't know why, but anyways, just the other day, I decided to satisfy the child in me, and I ended up getting one. And let me tell you, big mistake!
I've never felt so targeted in my life. Everywhere I look, this little shit is creeping up on me with a fork, like he's about to take a bite out of me. To my surprise, hermit crabs are actually very aggressive. What? Don't believe me? Just check out this footage from Another Crab's Treasure. Not only is it proof of how hardcore hermit crabs are, but it's also one of my favorite indie games. It's a really enjoyable Souls-like from 2024 that feels like a combination of Bow from Bikini Bottom, Banjo-Kazooie, and Dark Souls. Another Crab's Treasure is the second game developed and published by Aggro Crab. It's a Souls-like where you play as a hermit crab named Krill who has his shell taken away by a loan shark after he can't pay taxes. Relatable. Determined to get it back, Krill jumps into the ocean, and from there you go on an adventure that spans across several regions. You find out early on that many sea creatures are infected with a substance called gunk that renders them hostile. Pollution plays a part in the game in a very creative way. From village houses made out of milk cartons and popsicle sticks, to a whole city of buildings crafted from cardboard, spray cans, and other trash. Characters wear things made from scraps, like this lady who's using an orange peel for a wig. That is amazing. Get it, girl. This game oozes creativity. When I saw this game, I was immediately sold on the concept. A SpongeBob-inspired Souls-like with 3D platforming? Take my money! The idea to use a hermit crab was brilliant. A key mechanic in the game is that you're able to swap between shells, which includes all sorts of things you find lying in the world. Soda cans, pill bottles, tennis balls, Legos, and other odd bits. Each shell has their own unique ability. Some shells like the tin can allow you to electrocute foes, while other shells like the sushi roll can be consumed to regain health. My personal favorite was the disco ball that you find after massacring a group of dancing crabs. It turns Krill into this OP sorcerer, giving you the ability to spawn lethal orbs. I also enjoyed the thimble, the greatest Monopoly piece known to man. Similar to Dark Souls, you have camps you can level up at. And every time you defeat an enemy, you're rewarded with points that you can use to upgrade Krill. Microplastics. You can take these to the city, which serves as your main hub to buy shells, costumes, and add-ons to Krill known as stowaways. Around the world, there's also these things called umami crystals that you can smash to get separate points that you can use to unlock new abilities, like a hook that allows you to grapple on the nets and enemies. This was easily my favorite way to get around. Plunging in the crabs was so satisfying. At first glance, gamers may pass this game off as a baby's first Dark Souls, but don't underestimate it. It definitely has its moments where it kicked my ass. There was this one boss in particular who wielded chopsticks as a weapon. He took me out easily around 15 times my first playthrough. The bosses are definitely a highlight of the game. One of my favorites was the one you get into with the main antagonist Roland. You fight him on his ship, which is just a big pinball machine. Easily my favorite hands down though was the secret side boss that you have to hunt down. It's a massive hostile fish trap where you have to attack several weak points in order to defeat it. There's so many neat things to find throughout the world. Everything is so vibrant and attention grabbing that it's pretty easy to go off course and venture out, which the game encourages you to do. There's many Easter eggs and cool items to discover, contraptions to activate, and hidden areas. You can also give Krill a gun, so that's always cool. It's clear that the devs were passionate about this game because there's so much detail and care packed into every aspect. It's rare these days to find titles that actually care about giving the player something extra to find, at least that isn't behind a paywall. Upon completing the game on my first run, I was already eager to jump back in and try to look for things I missed. Another Crab's Treasure is one of the most creative games I've played in a while. It is highly replayable, and I truly feel that in time it will go down as a modern classic. For me personally, it is already one of the best indie games I've played. From beginning to end, I could feel the passion the devs had for this game, and it really reminded me of the good times of classic 3D platformers, as well as when developers valued the gamer's time and include something extra to actually work towards. If you haven't checked it out yet, what are you waiting for? It's Dark Souls with a hermit crab. Need I say more?